Hey everybody, in this video we're going to take a look at starting your own project and incorporating the TikTok frame to use timers. So here we go. You should have the TikTok project open so that you have easy access to this file right here in the NetBeans projects window. Okay, next we're going to start a project just like normal. So new project. Let's call this something simple like timer test. Don't create a main class. Okay, we just want this to be blank and empty. And once it has that project added in there, let's go new, JFrame, and let's call this again, timer test frame. And we're sort of off and ready to go. Now, if you remember from the first timer video, we had said what you have to do in the code part of your frame is change this here. Instead of our timer test frame extending the normal JFrame, what I want to do is I want to extend TikTok frame so that I get all of its code and access to those timers and the commands with the timers. But of course when we do this, even though it's spelt perfect, just like TikTok frame, you see we get the red line and it says cannot find symbol. Here's why. We've started a brand new project here, and it actually looks for TikTok frame inside of here. And if it can't find it, it's going to give us the error. Now, the easiest way to fix this is just to do this. Go to the original TikTok project, right-click on TikTok frame, copy, go to this package, and then paste. And you can just say copy. Now, when you do that, you'll see now that it's in there, it very quickly realizes, yeah, it's there. It can grab all the code, and then you have access to those components. Now, just to test it out, let's do something really simple on my frame here. I'll just put a button. I'll put a text field, and all I'll do is when I hit the button, I'll turn the timer on, and I'll start sticking random numbers into the text box at a random interval. So here I go. I double click on the button. I know that my command for timer is a nice simple set interval 1. Let's make this change every half second, so 500. And then let's turn the timer on. Start timer 1. You'll see these commands don't turn red because it knows about them, right, from the inherited TikTok frame. Now, once that timer is on, we have to do something. And this is where you actually have to write the tick1 method. So what do I want to do once this is ticking? Public void tick1. Now, you don't have a choice on the name here. This is how you have to type it. Public void tick1. That's the method that runs every time the timer ticks. And in here, I'll just do something really simple. I'll find a random number. So let's just do something simple like that. And put it in the box. Now, I didn't name that box very well. I just left it text field 1 to save time here. So text field 1. Whoops, that was actually J. Text field 1 dot set text, quote, quote, R. So you know that trick. Now, this all looks good. It should get off and going. Notice I haven't stopped the timer here, but let's just test how this works. So let's do our timer test frame, give it a run. And there it is. And I hit the button. And just at every half second mark, it runs the code and the timer's off and going. Now, obviously, you can do whatever you want when that timer's on. Now, I don't have a stop timer button here, but obviously you could put a stop timer, or I could even do something like this. Inside the tick, I could say something like, if R is bigger than 90, stop timer 1. Okay, maybe that's the trigger. Whoops. Maybe that's the trigger. No. There we go. Greater or equal to 90. It stops the timer. Okay, anything goes here. You can use start timer and stop timer whenever you want, anywhere in your code. I'm going to give it a little run, I can just hit there, and eventually I'll get a number over 90, and it should stop. Of course, it's going to take, there we go. We got 100. Perfect, and the timer's obviously off now. I can start it again, and it starts the timer again. Anyways, that's the basics of getting to use this stuff in your code. If you actually are curious, well, why do I have to use Tock frame? Well, if you pop it open, you could actually take these methods here and basically reproduce everything I've done, okay, and stick it into your frame. But odds are, as a beginner, it is just easier to extend the Tock frame, and you get everything given to you nice and easy. Anyways, that's a timer and the Tock frame. Hope that helps you get started with some of your timer projects.